I'm Best Orchestrations.
I'm Best Revival of a Play. And I'm Best Sound Design. And I'm back! And we're
Two Kids on the Couch. Hey guys, welcome back to Two Kids on the Couch. It's our season finale!
We made it, guys. This is our 5th season.
Thank you so much to our 2 guest hosts who submitted their forms. So the Tony Awards are happening tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
So we're gonna go one by one through the ballot, talk about all the nominees, who we think is gonna win, so that you guys can be prepared for your Tony parties tomorrow. Yeah. You guys ready to get started?
Let's
Sounds
do it!
good. Okay.
Best Player Revival, would you like to start us off?
Yes. So our first nominee is A Book of a Musical. We have The Band's Visit by Tamora Moses. We have Frozen by Jennifer Lee. Mean Girls by Tina Fey. And SpongeBob SquarePants the Musical by Kyle Jarrow.
What do you guys think?
I haven't heard a tremendous amount from these musicals. That being said, one that's been a huge standout for me is The Band's Visit.
Mean Girls has a strong, smart book. It was nicely updated into the digital age from the original movie.
And The Band's Visit focuses mostly on music, which makes me think that the book isn't going to be the standout feature.
Tentatively, I'm gonna say Mean Girls though.
I'm gonna say Mean Girls.
Swing the vote, I'll go with Mean Girls.
Okay.
Alright.
So next we have Best Score. The nominees are Angels in America by Adrian Sutton, The Band's Visit, music and lyrics by David Yazbek, Frozen, music and lyrics by Kristen Anderson Lopez and Robert Lopez, Mean Girls, music by Jeff Richmond, lyrics by Nell Benjamin, and SpongeBob SquarePants the Musical, music by all of these people. Scrolling right now, yeah. So what do you guys think? Best Score?
I'm gonna say it, I want The Band's Visit to win.
Yes, I'm gonna be voting for that one. In general, I really enjoy unique sounds that capture new cultures, ideas, and perspectives. Unique sounds will always stand out to me more.
Okay, Band's Visit.
Band's Visit. And next up, we have Leading Actor in a Play. The nominees are Andrew Garfield for Angels in America, Tom Hollander for Travesties, Jamie Parker, Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, Parts 1 and 2, Mark Rylance, Farinelli and the King, and Denzel Washington for Eugene O'Neill's The Iceman Cometh. Andrew Garfield is certainly the favorite to win. He also has the best material to work with, I think.
He's got 7 hours to work with.
7 hours. Andrew Garfield.
Next up is Leading Actress in a Play. We have Glenda Jackson from Edward Albee's Three Tall Women, Condola Rashad from St. John, Lauren Ridloff from Children of a Lesser God, and Amy Schumer from Meteor Shower.
So, from all of this, I've seen a lot from Glenda Jackson. She's old woman who gives a powerhouse performance, make any other 81-year-old jealous, and I think she's probably the favorite, in my opinion.
I would concur.
I would as well.
Glenda Jackson.
Glenda Jackson.
Alright, this takes us to Best Leading Actor in a Musical. The nominees are Harry Haddon Patton from My Fair Lady, Joshua Henry from Rodgers and Hammerstein's The Carousel, Tony Shalhoub from The Band's Visit, Ethan Slater, SpongeBob SquarePants the Musical. So I'm just gonna say it, Joshua Henry is one of my favorite actors on Broadway.
Does good work.
Tony Shalhoub is one of my favorite actors kind of our time.
Does good work.
I think Ethan Slater will win a Tony Award for his portrayal of SpongeBob SquarePants. And it'll be deserved. Saying it.
I think it might go to Joshua Henry because it is a serious role. And it's Joshua Henry. And those are really my only things that I have going for it.
Joshua Henry has also deserved a couple of Tony Awards that he hasn't won yet.
Tony voters go for that more than we always kind of think that they will. I'm gonna put my vote to Joshua.
I would side with Tony Shalhoub.
Alright.
Okay, so we have three-way split.
Three-way split.
Joshua Henry, Tony Shalhoub, and Ethan Slater. As long as Harry Hayden Patton doesn't win, we're prophets.
Our next category is Best Leading Actress in a Musical. And the nominees are Lauren Ambrose, My Fair Lady, Haley Kilgore, Once on This Island, LaShawne's Summer, Donna Summer's Musical, Katrina Lenk, The Band's Visit, Taylor Louderman, Mean Girls, and Jessie Mueller, Rodgers and Hammerstein's Carousel. I want Haley Kilgore to win.
As do I.
She has such a great story, and she's done such a good job, and she's such a nice person. I've also heard a lot of good stuff about Katrina Lenk.
I've also heard this about Lauren Ambrose.
Can we talk about how awesomely, female-dominated musicals are doing this year? I'd love Haley Kilgore to win. I think my vote might be either Lauren Ambrose or Katrina Lenk, probably Katrina Lenk.
I would prefer Katrina Lenk as well.
Katrina Lenk!
We'll give it to Katrina.
And I'm gonna vote for Haley Kilgore too.
Next up is Featured Actor in a Play. We have Anthony Boyle from Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, Parts 1 and 2, Michael Cera from Lobby Hero, Brian Tyree Henry from Lobby Hero, Nathan Lane from Angels in America, and David Morris from Eugene O'Neill's The Iceman Cometh. are you guys feeling about these?
Nathan Lane is the most established actor, and
Agreed.
probably objectively the one I think is the best.
I would agree as well.
But also plays are hard because we can't see them.
Yeah.
So we're really just basing this off of the data that we have outside of his work in the show.
Though I would really like to see more of Michael Cera's work in Lava Hero because it's always great
I
seeing
like
someone
Michael Cera.
that's put into a very specific typecast
Yeah.
actually move forward and progress a lot forward in unexpected ways.
I'd give it to Nathan Lane, but any of these young men could win.
And we'd be thrilled.
Yeah.
Are we going for Nathan Lane then?
I think so.
Absolutely.
Nathan Lane.
This brings us to Best Featured Actress in a Play, and the nominees are Susan Brown for Angels in America, Noma Dumezweni for Harry Potter and the Cursed Child Parts 1 and 2, Deborah Findlay for The Children, Denise Gow for Angels in America, and Laurie Metcalf, Edward Albee's Three Tall Women. Both Susan and Denise were both up for the same award in Angels in London, and Denise won. So we thinking Denise Gow?
Denise Gow.
Denise Gow.
Okay, Denise Gow.
The next category is Best Featured Actor in a Musical. And the nominees are Norbert Leo Butz for My Fair Lady, Alexander Geminiani for Rodgers and Hammerstein's Carousel, Gray Henson, Mean Girls, Gavin Lee, SpongeBob SquarePants the Musical, and Ariel Stachel for The Band's Visit. I would
Yeah.
love to see Ariel win because I love The Band's Visit and I want it to win everything.
Yeah.
But I think Norbert and Gavin Lee with a slight edge towards Gavin Lee because he won the drama desk.
You won the drama desk. I think we can go prior and say Norbert.
Norbert!
Norbert, indeed. Next up, we have featured actress in a musical. We have Ariana DeBose in Summer, the Donna Summer musical. Renee Fleming in Roger and Hammerstein's Carousel. Lindsay Mendez also in Roger and Hammerstein's Carousel. Ashley Park in Mean Girls. And we have Diana Reagan, My Fair Lady.
The only person I've heard like exceptional things about is Lindsay Mendez.
I'm completely in agreement with Lindsay Mendez.
Lindsay Mendez.
Lindsay Mendez.
Absolutely. So moving on to the design categories, we have Best Scenic Design of a Play, Marion Buther for Edward Albee's The Three Tall Women, Jonathan Fensom for Farinelli and the King, Christine Jones, Harry Potter and the Cursed Child Parts 1 and 2, Santa Lapuasto, Eugene O'Neill's The Iceman Cometh, Ian McNeil and Edward Pierce for Angels in America.
I really did enjoy the scenic design. Have you guys seen the set for Iceman Cometh? I really enjoyed that
Yeah.
a lot.
It was a good set. Yeah.
That being said, I guess I will choose spectacle over
Yeah.
that. And I would probably say go with Harry Potter.
Yeah.
But I'll always appreciate a very intricate, complex set because that's his own art form as well.
So we're thinking maybe Harry Potter?
Harry Potter?
Harry
Yeah.
Potter.
For function and scale.
Moving into Best Scenic Design of a Musical. And the nominees are Dane Laffrey, Once on This Island, Scott Pask, The Band's Visit, Scott Pask, Finn Ross, and Adam Young for Mean Girls, Michael Yergin, My Fair Lady, and David Zinn, SpongeBob SquarePants the Musical.
I have only seen the set for SpongeBob SquarePants the musical.
That is cool. I might actually say SpongeBob.
My Fair Lady has a really lush set, moving staircases, fancy parlors, the works.
Ignorance is voting for My Fair Lady. I've changed my name.
Once on This Island has sand and goats, which I think is better.
Live goats!
But I don't think they're gonna count live goats as a set.
I'll go with My Fair Lady as well.
Next up is costume design for a play. Jonathan Finson from Farinelli and the King. Nikki Gillibrand from Angels in America. Katrina Lindsay from Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, Parts 1 and 2. Anne Roth from Edward Albee's Three Tall Women. And Anne Roth for Eugene O'Neill's The Iceman Cometh.
I'm gonna say Angels in America because of the angel. Cool.
I'm going for that 100% print. And that
Yeah.
angel is exquisite and ephemeral.
So cool.
So we are going for...
Angels.
Yep, angels.
This brings us to costume design of a musical, and the nominees are Greg Barnes for Mean Girl, Clint Ramos, Once on This Island, Anne Roth, Rodgers and Hammerstein's Carousel, David Zinn, SpongeBob SquarePants the Musical, and Catherine Zuber, My Fair Lady.
I'm gonna say Once on This Island.
Once on this
I actually think this one it might win.
I also think SpongeBob has some really smart costume choices. I think it might be SpongeBob. So we'll give them both.
Next up is lighting design of a play. The nominees are Neil Austin, Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, Parts 1 and 2, Paul Constable, Angels in America, Jules Fisher and Peggy Eisenhower, Eugene O'Neill's The Iceman Cometh, Paul Russell, Farinelli and the King, and Ben Stanton, Junk. I'm gonna say Harry Potter.
That's why.
Yeah.
Harry Potter.
Next up, we have lighting design for a musical. We have Kevin Adams for SpongeBob SquarePants the Musical. We have Jules Fisher and Peggy Eisenhower for Once on This Island. We have Donald Holder from My Fair Lady. We have Brian McDevitt from Roger and Hammerstein's Carousel. And we have Taylor, is that French? Michelot from The Band's Visit.
We talk about Ben's Visit, but does a lot with isolation. The other side of the scale would be SpongeBob, which is we've created a whole world for you, and look at the popping colors. My thought is it'll be one of those two very different shows. It's either Band's Visit or SpongeBob, whether we're going spectacle or intimacy.
On principle, I'm gonna vote Band's Visit.
As probably my one vote here, I'm actually going to go for SpongeBob SquarePants the musical.
I will go SpongeBob as well.
Okay.
This brings us to best sound design of a play.
Whoa!
Everyone's favorite revived category. We have Adam Cork for Travesties, Ian Dickinson for Autograph for Angels in America, Gareth Fry, Harry Potter and the Cursed Child Parts 1 and 2, Tom Gibbons, 1984, and Dan Moses Schreier, Eugene O'Neill's The Iceman Cometh.
I'm gonna say Angels because Angels was nominated for Best Score.
I agree.
I agree as well.
The next category is Best Sound Design of a Musical. The nominees are Kai Harada, The Band's Visit, Peter Helensky, Once on This Island, Scott Lair, Rodgers and Hammerstein's Carousel, Brian Ronan, Mean Girls, Walter Tarbach and Mike Dobson, SpongeBob SquarePants the Musical.
So I've heard that SpongeBob has like live Foley artists on set, which is cool.
That's pretty cool.
That is
That's something innovative in sound design.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
SpongeBob.
And next up, we have director for a play. We have Marianne Elliott for Angels in America, Joe Mantello for Edward Albee's Three Tall Women, Patrick Marver for Travesties, John Tiffany for Harry Potter and the Cursed Child Parts 1 and 2, and George C. Wolfe for Eugene O'Neill's The Iceman Cometh. I feel like it's gonna come down to John or George for me. I will go with John Tiffany for Harry Potter and the Cursed Child.
I think I will agree.
I'm gonna go for Marianne Elliott 'cause she's a woman.
Proud of you.
Next we have Best Direction of a Musical, and the nominees are the one and only Michael Arden for Once on This Island, David Cromer, The Band's Visit, Tina Landau, SpongeBob SquarePants the Musical, Casey Nicola, Mean Girls, and Bartlett Sher, My Fair Lady. Michael Arden should win!
Michael Arden!
Michael Arden.
Alright.
Next up, we have Best Choreography. The nominees are Christopher Gattelli, My Fair Lady, Christopher Gattelli, SpongeBob SquarePants the Musical, Stephen Hodgett, Harry Potter and the Cursed Child Parts 1 and 2, Casey Nicola, Mean Girl, and Justin Peck, Rodgers and Hammerstein's Carousel. Justin Peck.
Justin Peck.
Justin Peck.
Justin Peck.
Next we have orchestrations. We have John Clancy for Mean Girls. We have Tom Kitt for SpongeBob SquarePants the Musical. We have Anna Marie Melasso and Michael Starobin for Once on This Island. We have Jamshid Sharifi for The Band's Visit. And we have Jonathan Tunick for Roger Hammerstein's Carousel.
I'm gonna say Carousel. It might be The Band's Visit because actor musicians are a thing, but I'm gonna say Carousel.
I will probably have to give it to Once on This Island.
And I'll say Band's Visit, just to be contrary.
Round it out.
Yeah. This brings us to Best Revival of a Play, and the nominees are Angels in America, Edward Albee's Three Tall Women, Eugene O'Neill's The Iceman Cometh, Lobby Hero, and Travesties.
Preference, I would say Iceman Cometh.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, because you have so much you're having to work with.
I think I'm gonna give it to Angels.
I will say Angels because I won't be unhappy if they win. I
Yeah.
expect them to.
Yeah. Next up, we have Best Revival of a Musical. The nominees are My Fair Lady, Once on This Island, and Rodgers and Hammerstein's Carousel. Don't think Carousel is going to win. I guess My Fair Lady might. It seems so
It
obvious.
seems pretty clear.
I'm gonna Once on This Island.
Once on This Island.
Once on This Island.
Yep.
Next up, we have a play. We have The Children by Lucy Kirkwood. We have Farinelli and the King by Clara Von Campen. We have Harry Potter and the Cursed Child Parts 1 and 2 by Jack Thorne. We have Junk by Ayad Akhtar. And we have Latin History for Morons by John Leguizamo.
You gotta think Harry Potter.
Yeah.
I am 100% Harry Potter, and I feel like it can't really stand up to many critiques as a theater work.
As a piece of theater, it's pushing boundaries and doing some great new stuff.
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter. And this brings us to Best Musical.
Here we are.
And the nominees are The Band's Visit, Frozen, Mean Girls, and SpongeBob SquarePants, the musical. I just think the Tony voters won't allow SpongeBob SquarePants, the musical
Oh, no,
to
no.
win a Best
I
Musical.
don't
No.
think so. And I don't
No.
think they will for Frozen. Maybe Mean Girls. Maybe.
I think it's pretty clear that the high art choice this year
Is The
the
Band's
Band's
Visit.
Visit.
And High Art typically has one.
Are we gonna say the Band's
Yeah.
Visit?
I'm voting underdog Frozen.
Okay, Band's Visit or Frozen?
Band's Visit.
I'd be happy.
Or Frozen.
Band's Visit or Frozen. And that's it. That's this year's Tony Awards.
Thank you guys so much for following along with us.
Thank you, Play Revivals, for joining us and lending your insight.
Thank you, Best Sound Design, for being our second special
It's
guest.
been my pleasure to be back on the couch. Don't forget, tune in to the Tony Awards, 8 o'clock tomorrow on Sunday at CBS. We've set up kind of a fantasy football-esque Broadway Tony Ballot League. If you'd like to join and give us your thoughts, there's a link in the description, so feel free to let us know who you think is going to win.
Thank you guys so much for following along for our, 5th season. Have a great Tony Awards tomorrow, and we'll see you around.
Thanks for watching.
Stay
Thank you.
couchy.
Stay couchy.
Stay couchy.
like, women are doing some great work in the musical theater.
Women
Broadway.
are incredible.
I like women.
Just to dispel any rumors, he likes women.
I'm scared of being taken out of context. There are no winners in the context wars.
There are only women.